guys, it's me Anaïs. So today we're going to be having Rooibos tea and we're going to talk about opera.
Okay, let's try it again and see if you can do that all the way through. Trust yourself, honey. Use your deep musicality. Don't forget, honey, that's 2 beats.
This is by the Republic of Tea, one of my favorite tea brands. Oh god. The only thing is sometimes I'm a little wimpy when it comes to pulling the tea top off. Anyway, so what you do with these tea bags, these, you just put them in the cup, obviously. Ta-da! This is caffeine free because it's not actually a tea plant. It is a Rooibos plant that comes from South Africa and it's blended with vanilla bean, and so there's no tea plant in it, no caffeine, no tannin, so you can just put this in here and forget all about everything. You don't have to time it or anything. Some people do, but I don't because it doesn't matter. It's not ever gonna get bitter. You got your nice hot water and just pour it in there. Ooh, it's steamy. Set that down, and then I always do the tea bag dip because, you know, that's just me. You can use a spoon for this. Some people don't have as high a tolerance to hot as I do, but this doesn't bother me. So here I am dipping freehand dipping. So why did I get into opera? Why do I like opera? Well, I certainly didn't grow up listening to opera, or I was a self-taught pianist and singer-songwriter person before I went to vocal lessons, and I had a big problem with mumbling because I was kind of shy and I didn't have a lot of confidence. So I wanted to go to a voice teacher to kind of find out if I sucked or not. Because, you know, you put a lot of time and effort into something, and if you've never had any training, you don't have any idea where you're at or what. So I started looking, and I went to a couple of different people that I didn't really connect with too well. And then I met my voice teacher that I've been with for years and years now. And so I followed an ad, and basically it was for a woman who was a professional opera singer. She had taught at university level as well as being somebody who had toured doing opera as a lead lady. And you had to audition. You had to audition to be her voice student. So I figured that I would find out, you know, kind of definitively if, you know, what level I should be at, because she probably wasn't gonna lie to me, right? You know, if you have to audition, she's not gonna be a liar. So I went there, and she opened the door, and she was so warm and kind and friendly, and I was so shy and scared. And the first thing that she did was offer me tea. Okay, so that was basically it. She sat me down, she pressed that cup into my hand, and she asked me about my day and talked for probably 5 minutes, which really helped loosen me up because I was a bundle of nerves. And then she brought me to her beautiful piano, and she also had a name for it. I don't remember if she probably didn't tell me the name of the piano at that point. But the fact of the matter is, she's the kind of person who names her piano Rosie, and so she just has that so much kindness to her. So I sang the notes of, you know, off the keyboard, and, you know, I have no idea. If I could go back in time and listen, I'd probably cringe. But after I did that, she sat me down,
And there's some things that we need to work on. The first thing is, because you're cranked up to do this, you're going a little sharp. You're about the only singer I work with that ever goes sharp. It's an amazing thing. Most people are almost half a pitch low, but you're not. So you have to remember that you want to stay in the heart of the pitch. You're super sensitive to sound. So, for example, on this phrase, you want...
And then she asked if I had ever thought about singing opera, which I had not, because, no, I hadn't. And so she told me that people like Mick Jagger, for example, he studied that technique so that he can keep touring and singing. He's old now. Because once you learn those techniques, you can use it for pretty much anything, is what she told me. And that really appealed to me a lot. And so I said yes. And I had no idea what I was getting into at all.
I had always kind of sang like Fiona Apple very deep before I met her, and then she was like, "Oh, you're a soprano," and I'm like, "Oh, okay," which was a big deal, learning where you belong.
It's kind of a good thing, because when you're learning something like that, it's not very kind. I had like a solid year where I couldn't breathe properly. And the first lesson, I went in there and she had me lay down on the floor to breathe, because you pass out when you're learning how to breathe those deep breaths to sing opera. I really can't believe I did that, but I did. I kept doing it. And then having to learn how to have that discipline to do all the exercises, that was really a challenge for me, because I'd never done anything like that at all. And it's kind of like, I don't even know what to compare it to. It's so strange. And there's so many different things, especially for me. I was very disconnected from my body at the time. Like, I didn't think about my body or what it was doing or anything like that. So to suddenly have to be thinking about my breath and, over time you learn all these different things, learning about lifting your soft palate in your mouth. There's all of these very strange little things that go into it. But I ended up becoming quite addicted to that, because every time you kind of get one of the challenges down, there's another one and another one, forever and ever and ever. It was so challenging and rewarding when you do get it, because not only is there all that other stuff, but then suddenly you're like, oh yeah, and you're going to be doing it in Italian as well. Good luck with that. And for me, I didn't know a word of Italian when I started. And now most all of the things that I do revolve around, dying in Italian.
So the other thing is, Anaïs, that you want to open your mouth on your Italian vowels. Remember that Italian is not at all like English. So you want to do lasciatemi morire. And you have a wonderful musicality. So just bring your chin back a little bit. Nice, tall, queen-like posture. And let's just start it. Stop. So what happened there is that you did this. We heard you, but we would have heard you more. And don't forget, you're the Little Miss Dynamite singer, right? You are small in stature. You got a voice, kiddo. So we want to hear, okay, can you dare to do that?
So anyway, it was a good experience, because it taught me a lot of things, like how to speak properly. That was a huge thing that she helped me with, the confidence. And I used to speak with this really closed little tiny mouth where nobody could really hear me, and now obviously I don't do that. But it was hours and hours of saying a phrase over and over and over again until it was right, which took years. So, I don't know, I guess it's like any other type of hobby that one would get into, that you get really, really saturated in and you just love everything about it. And the craziest things, I love those exercises now. If I'm feeling stressed out and I need to feel grounded, I can do exercises, vocal exercises, and it just calms me down, relaxes me. Yeah, and now I have a forever friend in my voice teacher. So I remember one of the first times she sang, and it was just a wall of sound just pressing in on me, and I could feel the vibrations in my chest from her voice. It was so powerful, and I just thought, yeah, that's what I want. That I want to be able to do that, which she does. Yes, that's it.
Just great on your opening. It was.
I think it's very important, if you're doing something like that, something challenging, to find the right teacher for you. For me, I needed somebody who had so much patience, because I knew nothing. And I also had no confidence. So if I would have had somebody who was aggressive or was harsh with me, I might not have continued, because I would have felt like, yeah, I suck. And here somebody is telling me that I suck, and it's reinforcing the idea that I suck, instead of having that warm person who told me, yeah, that's a good try, but here, we can do it this way instead. And I think that that was very instrumental in me moving forward and gaining confidence. So if you want to gain a skill in pretty much anything, find the teacher that fits you. And maybe that warm style wouldn't work for you, but for me, that's definitely what I need.
And she's helped me in so many personal crises that I've had. She's just like a mother to me, and I love her very dearly. She's helped me more than any other person beyond my real mother. You know, she's just amazing. So
yeah, find somebody who is right for you. There's so many people in the world. You don't need to settle for the first one. I'm glad that I didn't. Lovely lady that she was, I didn't do that. I just kept meeting people until I found the person who handed me the tea. Alright, well, I hope that you have tea too, and I'm going to finish this one. I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.